With the full moon on May the 5th, it accelerates your inner awakening. And it's also a power day because it falls on May the 5th. So you're tapping into the energy of 5-5, the energy of 5. And then there's also the lunar eclipse the same day as well. So May the 5th, mark your calendar because it is a power day with all these cosmic energies available to you to really accelerate your inner awakening. And in this video today, I want to share with you the 5 key things that I think you should know about this particular full moon on May the 5th, so you can really open yourself up and make the most out of this inner awakening that is really being accelerated now with all these cosmic events, the cosmic energies that are now available to you. So the first key thing I want you to know is that there's truly change in the air right now. Because like I said, May the 5th, there's a lot happening that day. We're tapping into the 5-5 energy of May the 5th. We're having the full moon and we're having the lunar eclipse. And by the way, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because the next video I'm releasing is about the lunar eclipse, the key things to know, as well as a powerful lunar eclipse activation. So you can really make the most out of the energies that are really available to us around that day on May the 5th. But there's truly change in the air where a lot of things are changing. You may even feel that something big is about to happen, that something big is about to unfold. You may even feel the energetics as well. The energetic shifts are happening. Now, if you're very sensitive to the energies, that day can be a little overwhelming for you because you may be picking up a lot on those energetic shifts that are happening. But it's all happening to help you awaken more. So it's really accelerating your inner awakening. So ideally, May the 5th, you may want to take some time out to really open yourself up to what is unfolding so you can really make the most out of it, because it's truly happening to your highest good. And the second thing I would like for you to know is that you may actually feel that surge of awakening where you start looking at things from a different perspective. You feel like you are growing internally. You're taking those energetic leaps, that internal leaps as well. And a jump in awareness, so your gifts may be kicking in more and you're becoming more aware of all of those subtle things that you weren't aware of previously. Because you're truly being uplifted by this energetic force, that invisible force that is truly helping you awaken more, to raise in consciousness, to raise in frequency, to really open yourself up for that higher path, that higher soul's path. So it's truly a powerful time, and I really want to invite you, make the most out of it by really working the energy that day and really opening yourself up to that. Now, the third thing I would like for you to know is that it can also be very unsettling, especially depending on how good you are with change and how welcoming you are with change. This can be a very unsettling energy because, like I said, we're dealing with 3 power energies, right? We're having the full moon, we're having the 5-5 energy, and we're having the lunar eclipse. So if you're very sensitive, that day can be very unsettling for you, especially because you are being awoken. Your awakening is being accelerated, and if you're not really quite ready for that yet, it can be unsettling. That's why I was mentioning this is really to your highest and greatest good. So if you're noticing that it's very unsettling, that the energies are very intense for you, then maybe you're feeling extremely exhausted and drained and just feeling kind of like everything is coming at you from all areas, just breathe through the discomfort, because it's truly happening to your highest good. So you may even write down what is coming up for you, because all of that, what you're experiencing, it could cause you to feel like fears are coming up, doubts are coming up. You may even have somewhat of a sense that you're losing grip on life, on everything, but this is just a period because of the energy. So if you're very sensitive, just be aware that May the 5th can be a little challenging for you, but like I said, it is to your highest and greatest good. So whenever you're feeling that, just maybe take some time out to relax, to meditate more, to maybe go outside in nature, connect with Mother Nature, do something to really pamper yourself, to take care of yourself, because self-care is truly important. And also sitting in silence, really taking time away from everything and just kind of going within, opening yourself up to also your own inner guidance as well, because that will help you not be too overwhelmed by the energies. But this can be unsettling and maybe even challenging for you if you are very sensitive. But just know that once that discomfort subsides, you will be anew, you will have grown, will have transformed. And of course, here also then you will see the growth depending on how open you are to the change. But always know that whatever is happening, it's happening to your highest and greatest good, and it's helping you to really uplift and move forward. And this year is all about that soul's growth anyways, really stepping into our soul's path, aligning with our soul's highest path, and embodying a higher path. So just know that this is truly happening to your highest and greatest good. But like I said, you can write down whatever is coming up. If there are fears coming up, if there are doubts coming up, if some uncomfortable feelings are coming up, or even memories from the past, whatever is coming up, write it down and do your work. Because whenever you're feeling uncomfortable, it's showing you that there's something there. It's kind of like trying to get your attention. So work the energy. Do what you feel called to do, to heal, to release, to let go of whatever is really holding you back or whatever is causing that discomfort. And here I also want to invite you to check out a video about how to transform your life using light language. Because when you're using light language, it can really help you release a lot. That's why I mentioned, be sure to subscribe, because the next video is going to be that Lunar Eclipse activation, and the video about the key energies about the lunar eclipse. But the activation will help you then really bring it all home, to really anchor it all in, to help you settle into the new energies. But check out that video. The link is in the description below if that is of interest to you. Then the fourth thing I would like for you to know is that you may then also now start to notice that life is falling into place, that things that maybe previously didn't want to budge and didn't want to move forward, that now everything is kind of falling into place. Like things are starting to align, maybe even like magic, where things really start to align for your highest good. Because there's this invisible force truly assisting you on your path, aligning the things that need to happen to help you really move forward. But you may now start to realize that things are starting to move, things are starting to align, things are starting to click into place. Now here, this also could mean that certain things that you had thought about and you weren't sure should you maybe move forward with that or not, you may now also then receive the confirmation either through other people or through certain signs that yes, this is the right thing for you. Maybe you're also then receiving certain opportunities and circumstances are aligning for you that will really help you with whatever is to your highest and greatest good in that moment, what will help you really move forward. So just become aware, really open yourself up to seeing how your life is really starting to align itself and fall into place, how things are falling into place that are really assisting you on your path moving forward. Maybe you're receiving a phone call that gives you the confirmation that yes, this is what you're meant to be doing, or someone comes into your life and offers you support and help, whatever it is. But just open yourself up to receiving that, allow it into your life, because it will be to your highest and greatest good. And then the fifth and final piece here is that you will also experience that immense inner growth. Now, if you're working the energy, if you're really allowing yourself to tune in, to become aware, you will notice it. And even if you're not doing that, you will then become aware that things are changing for you. If you can tune in on May the 5th and really allow the energies to uplift you, to accelerate your awakening, you will then become aware of how much you have grown. And not just on May the 5th, but the entire time of, since 2023 started, you have grown. And just allowing yourself to take a look back of how much have you grown, how much has your life transformed, how much has changed in your life. Really allow yourself to notice that. That is really important, because if you don't notice it, well, then you're kind of unaware, right? And you're then missing the immense growth that really comes from that. But you will start to experience that immense inner growth because you're really being cosmically supported in that growth. And here I just want to mention, allow whatever is coming to the surface, allow it to come up. Remember earlier I mentioned this energy can be quite unsettling. Well, it's okay. Allow whatever wants to come to the surface, allow it to come up. Don't stuff it down like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. Oh, I already dealt with it now. I don't have time for this right now. But really lean into whatever is coming up for you, because whatever's coming to the surface is to your highest and greatest good. It's kind of like, hello, I'm here, become aware of me, so you can let that go, so you can work the energy. You can do what you need to do, whether it's some healing, some journaling, some releasing, whatever it is, or even just looking at it from a different perspective or uncovering more. It will help you then to let that go, because the things that are holding you back is what is coming to the surface now in order to be released. And if you do the work, if you really work the energy, if you work with whatever comes up, you can then allow yourself to grow from that, to transform, to let it go of all the baggage that is now ready to be released. You may also work on uplifting your mindset and also to give your old and outdated mindset and habits and behavior an overhaul. Think of it like that. Look over your life and uncover, where are you misaligned? Where are you behaving and showing up in a misaligned way to who you actually want to be? And if you don't know who you want to be, well, that may be the first step, is who would you like to be? How would you like to show up in the world? How would you like to be seen in the world? And then assess, where are you out of alignment? So do an overhaul of all of those, the old mindset, the limiting mindset, the old and outdated habits and behaviors and situations, anything that is no longer serving you. Let that go or up level that to be in alignment with who you really want to be. Because like I said, this full moon is all about your inner awakening is being accelerated. Well, in order to align yourself to that awakened self, a lot of that old stuff needs to fall away, right? So take that time on or around the full moon, and especially on May the 5th, take that time out and allow yourself to really tune in, work the energy, open yourself up to the energy, communicate with soul, with your higher self, to receive guidance, to uncover what requires healing, what requires letting go of. And then also, like I said, look over your life to see where are you misaligned. And then do something about it. Really set the intention to course correct, because after May the 5th, you have grown because of all the energetic frequencies that are now available to you, all the stuff that is happening on a cosmic level. You will have grown after May the 5th. So you want to really align yourself to that. So just work the energy on a day-to-day basis. Tune in more. Connect more with soul. Let your soul guide you. Let your soul lead you. And take those soul-inspired steps. And really set the intention to use this time, to use these higher level frequencies that are now available to us to really up-level and to change and to up-level your life and, of course, yourself. Okay. So here are the 5 key things about the full moon on May the 5th. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because like I said, the next video is going to be the Lunar Eclipse video with an activation. And of course, I release many other videos each and every week to really help you on your spiritual awakening journey, so you can really awaken to your inner power and really step into your empowered self. But thank you so much for being here. Now be sure to check out this video here about how you can use light language to really transform your life. I think you're gonna love it. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.